Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about my diorama of the ocean floor. To start off, my diorama is made of an old box that I cut open, and I used some air-dried terracotta clay to just shape and mold the bottom of the ocean floor and what it looks like. And to label it, I went ahead and used Sharpie, and then as you can see, I used one sticky note to highlight the top part of that part of the ocean floor. So to start, we're going to start from left to right. So looking here, we have the continental shelf, which is the gentle slope from shoreline to the drop-off, which the drop-off then goes into the continental slope right here, which is what steeps down off of the drop-off into the abyss plane, which is the flat part of the ocean after the drop-off where there's not really much happening, it's just a flat surface. Moving back one more, we have these seamounts, which are these right here. Seamounts are formed from the rising magma from under the the oceanic crust. Then the next thing that we have that I have labeled is this point up here, which is the Volcanic Island. The Volcanic Island is a seamount that has risen above the waterline and turned into an island that's also a volcano because of the fact that it is formed from the rising magma. Next we have the mid-ocean ridge, which are these little lines in my clay right here. The mid-ocean ridges are plates that diverge and they move apart in the ocean floor. Next thing we have is the trenches, and the trenches are formed by converging, so the oceanic crust colliding with continental crust, which then sinks under that continental crust, creating these trenches. Coming back to the right side, we then have the continental shelf again that goes up to the continental slope. So the three main regions of the ocean floor are the continental margins, the abyssal plains, and the mid-ocean ridges. So the continental margins are passive or active, which we're going to get into that, but passive is when it has the continental slope. So on my diorama, my passive side is the left because it has the slope, it has the shelf, which goes into the slope, and then turns into the continental rise, which runs into the steep turning flat. Over here on the right side, we can tell that it's active because of the trench. So active sides still have the continental slope into the continental shelf, but we never have that rise. We always have a trench that drops off. So this is my diorama. I hope you were able to follow along, and yeah.